Am I the arsehole for cooking Indian food as a non-Indian? I'm a 22-year-old white guy. Growing up, I had a best friend in school, Jay, who was from India. I frequently went over to his house and his mom served us amazing North Indian food. Not just the stuff you find in restaurants, but authentic food she prepared from spices she got from India. Jay and I are still friends, but we live in different states now. Over time, I've picked up some Indian recipes like butter chicken, biryani, etc. I tend to cook by myself and if I have time, I make Indian food. Recently a guy moved in with me, he's from college and I know him well. His girlfriend also tends to hang out in our apartment. Yesterday I was making biryani, this amazing dish with rice and spicy chicken, and the girlfriend asked me what I was making. I explained her about biryani and how it's one of the very popular Indian dishes. She was apparently pissed for some reason. She didn't say anything then but later came up to me and told me that she wasn't comfortable that I was blatantly appropriating Indian culture. I told her that I have an Indian best friend and he actually approves of my cooking, but she wasn't convinced. She said that she trusts her beliefs and that she won't engage with me any further. So, this is ridiculous. But am I the asshole? I want to prove a point. Also, she's white too.
Not the asshole. This is a classic case of not knowing that cultural appreciation exists. You aren't modifying another culture and devaluing it. You are integrating other cultures into your household and doing it respectfully. I'd calmly explain to her that her brand of activism is toxic. No, I don't know how to phrase it nicely.
Not the asshole. I mean non-Mexican people can make tacos and non-Italian people can make pasta.
Not the asshole. How does she feel about making tacos? Lasagna? Shepherd's pie? Schnitzels? Which cultures is it okay to appropriate from, and which isn't it? Sounds like she's one of those people who just needs to always be outraged about something.
Not the asshole. Cultural appropriation is a real issue, but stuff like this diminishes the argument for why it's problematic. Cultural appropriation would be to make biryani, do a marketing collab with Goop, rename it OP's Mystical Yogi Vaginal Tightening Turmeric Rice and sell it for $50 per plate to a bunch of bored rich white women. Lol.
Not the asshole. The girlfriend is a moron. Tell her she's a monster next time she makes tacos or orders in Chinese food. Oh please. Can you imagine if we Italians got offended every time somebody cooks pasta or pizza? Not the asshole. Not the asshole. It's not appropriation to enjoy eating and preparing food from other cultures. And let me just clarify, she's a real asshole for trying to suggest you are appropriating someone's culture or doing anything racist by cooking food you enjoy.
Not the asshole. This is not what cultural appropriation is. Food, more than any other form of cultural expression, is iterative. It results from the fusion of different ingredients and styles of cooking. There is a reason why different parts of India have different culinary traditions, and a lot of that owes to trade and the cultural osmosis when different groups come in contact with one another. There's a good chance biryani may not have even originated in India. If you opened a restaurant that featured a whole lot of cringy, badly understood Indian motifs and imagery, she'd have a point. But you aren't, so she can stop whining and have some tasty spicy chicken. Not the asshole. This girl is seriously dense and needs to learn the difference between cultural appropriation and cultural appreciation. You are not appropriating a culture by cooking food from that culture, unless you're telling people it's your recipe and you invented it. Or unless you're profiting from pretending to be from that culture in any way. You should ask her for a list of food that she believes is okay. I am willing to bet that you could probably suggest at least half of them originated in a country different to the one you live in, for example pizza. Everyone eats pizza. Do you have to be Italian to eat pizza now? This girl is a moron.
Laughing my ass off. I love when clueless white people try to win woke points by pulling shit like this. Not that you need anyone's approval for cooking, but I'm brown and you're not the asshole. It'd be one thing if you were walking around like you discovered chicken biryani, but simply cooking is not cultural appropriation.
Not the asshole. She's overly woke, unfortunately, and is using cultural appropriation incorrectly. Example: my family is mixed, but if you look at me, I look white. If I were to make a traditional Palestinian dish, she would, by her logic, tell me that I'm culturally appropriating that food because of my skin color. Doesn't matter that I grew up with it or anything else at that point to her. She has made up her mind. What you're doing is not cultural appropriation. Indian guy here. This girlfriend of your roommate's is completely insane. Non-Indians eating Indian food is the highest form of praise, emo. That being said, the dishes you're cooking don't sound particularly authentic. They seem more like Anglo-Indian dishes, which are essentially variations on traditional Indian dishes created to be more appealing to white people. But it's not racist to like Anglo-Indian food. Heck, I'm Indian, and I like some Anglo-Indian food myself. Anyway, this is an obvious not the asshole. Keep making great food, op.
Not the asshole. She trusts her beliefs and that she won't engage with me any further. Sometimes in life the bullet misses you all on its own. Count your blessings and move on.
Not the asshole. There's no such thing as cultural appropriation. Throughout the whole of human history that is all cultures have borrowed, bastardized, and begged from each other. It's only recently that these woke assholes have started to get offended by it, and quite frankly it's getting boring. I really DGAF if you don't like what I'm saying, but facts are facts. Downvote me to oblivion.
Not the asshole. Also, no way this is real. Cook whatever the fuck you want, homie.
Not the asshole. She's ridiculous. It's like saying you can't make pizza at home if you're not Italian.
I make Indian food as a white person. From a recipe book. Because it's food. I'm not claiming that it's food from my culture. I'm not feeding it to Indian people and trying to convince them it's original, better. It's fine, you're fine, NTA.
Not the asshole. And, just to be clear, what am I, as an Italian, supposed to say about the things other nations do to our cuisine? Should I scream cultural butchering or something similar? Right, pizza with corn, mayo and shrimps. Joking. Don't worry, your girlfriend is just the average white person who tries to fight pointless battles instead of listening to what minorities actually want.
This can't be real. Not the asshole. Fuck her. She can be a SJW and snowflake if she wants to. As an Indian, I think I can speak for other Indians as well, when I say, you make whatever Indian food you want if you love it and want to enjoy it without having to go to some restaurant. Have you tried South Indian food yet? Our breakfast is yum xd. Not the asshole. My eyes just rolled right out of my head. I don't think she's quite understanding what it means to appropriate another culture. Cultural appropriation is when a dominant culture adopts the cultural customs of a non-dominant culture without understanding or respecting the original culture and context. Oftentimes they benefit from it in some way. It doesn't mean that you can't eat biryani just because you're not Indian. You're literally just cooking yourself food.
Not the asshole. So as an Indian I can't make pasta. She's being an idiot.
Not sure if you're trolling or not. But not the asshole. You're cooking that food because you genuinely love it. Doesn't sound like appropriation to me. Not the asshole. The whole of the UK is laughing at your friend right now. You can't culturally appropriate a curry.
The crazy SJW lecturer. Don't worry, even if you didn't have the best friend you're still not the asshole.
FFS. I swear, our society is screwed with how sensitive people are these days. Can't make another damn cuisine without being called out for appropriation. Over it. You are definitely not the asshole, and please go eat that delicious food every day in front of your girlfriend until she isn't your girlfriend anymore. Actually, you might be slightly annoying though, because now I am starving.
Wait. Lots of people cook Italian, spaghetti, risotto, Chinese. I cooked a couple of Scottish dishes. My husband cooks German dishes. My Japanese neighbor taught us some Japanese recipes. I somehow doubt that it's a bad thing to cook a different country's dishes. I'd say not the asshole. Because, well, it's food. We cook what we like to eat. Cultural appropriation isn't even a thing. Not the asshole. This is insane. I'm of Chinese descent. And living in a country that culturally diverse, I could be making pancakes for breakfast, make naan and curry for lunch and have sushi for dinner. Am I culturally appropriating? Not at all. Your roommate's girlfriend is being very social justice warrior for absolutely the wrong reason. Hard not the asshole. Edited.
Not the asshole, and when she makes lasagna she's doing the same with Italians? WTF? Well, good, she won't engage with you further. That's what she said, and you can remind her of that the next time she brings it up. Because she will. Because people like her can't not mind their own damn business and they feel an obligation deep down in their soul to tell you about it and how you are wrong and they are offended. And you can tell her you don't care what she thinks, likes, says or does because you are going cook and enjoy whatever you want. In your own kitchen. In your own home. You are not the asshole, do not doubt yourself. Enjoy your delicious food.
Not the asshole. I'm as Caucasian as they come. Does that mean I'm not allowed to prepare tacos, pasta or stir fry? Not the asshole. Maori here. You are welcome to appropriate my culture in the form of Maori fry bread, then slather it in English golden syrup and butter. Just avoid the American healthcare system after.
Desi guy here. Tell her I gave you the okay. Not the asshole.
Entirely not the asshole. Do you have to be Italian to enjoy pizza? I'm not Mexican. Am I allowed to carry on with fajitas and shit? 'Cause I'll be really sad without them. She has a really weird viewpoint. Any idea how she feels about eating at restaurants with a specific regional theme?
Not the asshole. She's one of the extreme minority taking cultural appropriation too far.
Not the asshole. Not even a little bit. Your girlfriend is the asshole for making a problem where there isn't one. It wasn't like you dressed in traditional Indian clothing and starting talking to her in a stereotypical Indian accent. What are you supposed to do? Only cook white guy food? I'd actually be interested in hearing what your girlfriend thinks is okay for you to cook.
Not the asshole. It's not cultural appropriation at all. It's cooking food. And biryani is freaking amazing. Good for you for learning to cook it.
Not the asshole. You're fine. She is just being a self-entitled, social justice warrior, and trying to speak her mind when she really has nothing to say. If you love cooking, pick up a few international cookbooks and learn other recipes, especially things she likes, then don't let her eat any of it because you don't want to offend her cultural appropriation issues. Cooking is international and you don't need to limit yourself to one type of food.
Not the asshole at all, that is beyond stupid. Your girlfriend is an asshole for making up a problem. NTA. What's her problem with you making Indian food? She is not even Indian.
Not the asshole. Kick the girlfriend to the curb. Keep the awesome food.
Not the asshole. Virtue singling poser. She is so self-righteous that she has no concept of good food is good food. You are better off without engaging her.
Wait, so white people aren't allowed to try and cook dishes from other countries? Better cancel Gordon Ramsay. Not the asshole. She doesn't know what cultural appropriation is.
Not the asshole. So silly to be offended on behalf of people. Food is the best way to share cultures if you ask me. It can be wholesome if you frame it that way, and it's easy to frame it that way because no one is being disrespected or hurt. Not the asshole. This Sheila sounds like a moron.
Not the asshole. If you're cooking it properly, that's appreciation, not appropriation. Sadly, many can't tell the difference.
She won't engage with me any further. There you go. All your problems solved. You not the asshole, but why bother with someone that wants nothing to do with you? Enjoy your delicious food.
This sounds very made up.